Okay, good morning to all of you. Good morning to everyone. So today our next chapter is about cell structure and its function. So in this class we will see the basic structure of the cell. Cell we know very well, let's say fundamental structural and functional unit of the life. So that we will discuss into the detail. What is the cell, why we need to study the cell, and how the cell get organized along with their different cellular organelles. What is the composition of the cell cytoplasm? What are the functions of the cells? And what are the different cellular organelles present in the eukaryotic cells and their functions? What are their job? What are their functions of individual cellular organelles? So all these things we will discuss into the detail now. So basically, you know very well that you can see the picture here, animal cell and plant cell. So by looking at the picture only, you can make the difference between these two cells, animal cell and plant cells. So somewhat animal cells has a circular, somewhat circular, not exactly circular phase diameter. In the center, it has nucleus. In the center of animal, nucleus is present. And blue color you can see here, and that is the cytoplasm, and different cellular organelles is also present in this, embedded in this cytoplasm. While in case of plant cell, you can see it's somewhat rectangular, which is uh, the shape of this plant cell is maintained by the cell wall. Cell wall is the outer layer, but in case of animal, cell wall is absent. Only the plasma membrane is present at the outer layer, which separate this internal environment of the cell from the external environment. But in case of plants, cell wall is present, and this cell wall is somewhat tough cell structure. Protect the cells from different extra sorry, different adverse climatic conditions. Okay, so then cell membrane is present. Inside that, nucleus is not present in the center. In the center, vacuole is present. In the center, vacuole is present. Nucleus is present in a particular one-sided. Okay, and different cellular organelles are embedded in this cytoplasm of the plant cell. So by looking this structure, this is a generalized structure of the plant cell and animal cell. We just get an idea, okay, how the particular animal or plant cell look like. Okay, so now we will discuss them into the detail. One more difference is that chloroplast is not present in animal cell. Chloroplast is not present in animal cell. It is present only in plant cells because the main function of plant cell chloroplast is to photosynthesize or to harvest the sunlight light energy into the chemical energy that is performed by the chloroplast. So chloroplast is present only in plant cell, not in animals. If it is present in animal cell, then why we need to do all these things? So we can automatically, yes, when we feel the hungry, go into the the sunlight. Definitely, you will do photosynthesis, and the energy will be full energy is required by the plant. Body is completed. Okay, so that is the basic difference between these two cells. Now we will discuss further. So basically, we know the cell is the fundamental unit of the life. It's a fundamental or structural and fundamental unit of the life of every living cells. Cell sometimes is known as self-replicating structure because it contains its own DNA genetic material. So it's a self-replicating structure. The first cell was observed or reported by the Robert Hooke in 1665 from the slice of the cork. The first cell was observed by the Howard Hooke in 1665 from the slice of cork. Some organisms which consist of unicellular organelles are multicellular, some other are multicellular. So if you see the different living organisms, definitely you will find out some unicellular and some are multicellular. Okay, some are multicellular, some are unicellular. If you see the diameter of the cell, which 2 to 120 micrometer, 2 to 120 micrometer. This is the detailed structure, complete structure of the animal cell. I am saying animal cell because cell wall is absent in this. You can see the picture. You see the outer layer of blue lining you can see. That is the cell membrane. Cell membrane, this is the made up of double layer of fatty material. Double layer of fatty material. Fatty material means lipid, the two layer of the lipids. It allows some material to pass into and out. It act as a selective permeable membrane. It act as a selective permeable. This act as a selective permeable that will allow some molecules or do not allow some other molecules. It allows foods to pass into the cell and waste to pass out of the cell. Then cytoplasm. Second is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is jelly-like fluid between cell membrane and the nucleus. This is where all the organelles, vital organelles are found. Then lysosomes. So most cytoplasm is jelly-like fluids that is present inside the cell membrane, and the nucleus is present in the center. This is where all the cell organelles are present in this. Okay. Now we will discuss about the cell organelle. Nucleus is the cell's regulator center. It controls or regulates all the physiological metabolic activity of the cells. In the center and the cell nucleus, the genetic material, DNA or RNA is present, which have genetic information about a particular organism. Okay, that have that pass this genetic information on every single inherited characteristics. Okay. That is all about the nucleus. Now you can see some other cell organ lysosomes are present, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria is present, Golgi body, Golgi complex is present, ribosome is present, vacuole, peroxisome, centrioles. So centrioles is a teeny, very small organ that helps during the cell division. It divides during the cell division and helps in the cell division. Centrioles. Next cell organ is peroxisomes. Peroxisome is just a vesicle-like structure which contain different enzymes that carry out the particular reactions such as detoxifying potential harmful molecules. Next is vacuole. Vacuole is present, stores area of fat and other substances. Ribosomes, the small particles are look like they are the ribosomes. Teeny particles which produce uh, proteins are known as protein factories. Have chemical message from the DNA. And Golgi body. Next is Golgi body. Golgi body collect, package, and distribute molecules within the cells. Then mitochondria. Mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cells, which break down all the substances in oxidative manner. Then DNA. DNA is already endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is nothing but it's the extension portion of the nuclear membrane. It's the extension network of the nuclear membrane. And this is two types. This is one of two types. First is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Second is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. And on this endoplasmic reticulum, this endoplasmic reticulum help in protein synthesis, packaging, vesicles, storage, sorting of it. Lysosomes, where digestion of the cell nutrients takes place. Now, cell theory. Cell theory is proposed by Matthew Sleeden and Schwann in 1839. Cell theory is proposed by the Sleeden and Schwann in 1839. So, this cell theory, also known as cell doctrine, this states that all living things are made up of cells. All living things are made up of cells. Cells are the smallest working unit of all living cells. Cells are the smallest working unit of all living cells. All cells come from pre-existing cells through cell division. All cells come from pre-existing cells through cell division. Now protoplasm. Different matrix-like substances that is present in the cell, collectively called as protoplasm. Protoplasm is composed of water, that is 70 to 80% is present in the cell, carbohydrate, lipid, protein, electrolyte, electrolyte like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, phosphate, chloride, and bicarbonate. These are the different from the electrolyte and maintain the electrical balance of the protoplasm. Water, carbohydrate, lipid, protein, electrolyte. Now we'll discuss about the subcellular structures. Subcellular structure. They are majorly structure present in cells are cell membrane, cytoplasm, its organelle, and nucleus. Cell membrane. Cell membrane is a pliable elastic outermost layer which cover the cell. It consists of bilipid layer with embedded protein. Bilipid layer which embedded into the proteins that are integral proteins and peripheral proteins. Integral protein and peripheral proteins. So this is the structure of plasma membrane. Here you can see it clearly. Let me take into the new slides. Then it will clearly appear. Yes. Here this is the one layer, this is another layer. So these are the two lipid bilayer. The lipid structure is arranged in such a way that tails of these lipids are facing towards each other. Okay. Cholesterol are present, glycolipids are embedded into the protein lipid layer. There are protein channels which helps in the transport of different molecules. Globular protein that is embedded into the lipid layer. Peripheral proteins that present only the surface. So the channel proteins or they are crossing these two layers completely. Okay. This surface these are integrals proteins are there. Filament of cytokinase, cytoskeleton, surface proteins is also present. Carbohydrate, hydrophilic. This is the hydrophilic cell which are facing to each other. Phospholipid bilayers. Okay. So that are that we can that we can functions of cell metabolism. Bit of functions of cell metabolism. Function of cell membrane. Now we'll see the function of cell membrane. It is a protective layer, digestive layer, selective permeability, polar molecules, non-polar molecules, chemical and physical properties. So first function is protective. It acts as a protective layer. Which form outermost boundary of the cell organelle, outermost layer, outermost boundary of the cell membrane. So it protect from the different from the external environments. Digestive, take in the food and excrete waste product. Selective permeability, non-polar molecules, gases like oxygen, CO2, and nitrogen. It acts as selective permeable for the non-polar molecules like oxygen, CO2, nitrogen. Lipid, steroid, hormone, alcohol, nuclear dissolvent. Non-polar region of the membrane and move rapidly across the membrane. In polar molecules, water, soluble ions, glucose, urea, etc. have much lower solubility. Therefore, they penetrate membrane more slowly. Chemical and physical properties. Ions in out of cell. This property helps in maintaining component of ICF and ECF, intracellular fluid and extracellular fluids. The link adjacent cells together by junctions complex to form the tissue. Insulating properties act as dielectric material of charge condenser. Thus, the cell membrane have very insulating value. That can be so. These insulating properties are important in this case. because dielectric material of charge condenser, so the cell membrane have very high insulating properties. Okay. Now next is cytoplasm and their cellular organelles. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a thick gel-like semi-transparent fluid that is found in both plant and animal cell. It is found both in animal and plant cell. Thick gel-like semi-transparent fluids. The constituent part of cytoplasm are cytosols, cell organelle, cytoplasmic inclusions, which are bounded by the plasma membrane and contain many organelles. In eukaryotic cells, cell contain membrane-bound nucleus. So the cytoplasm is jelly matrix like semi-transparent fluid that present both in plant and animal cells. So the cytoplasm is covered by the plasma membrane. Make the boundary of the cytoplasm made by plasma membrane, embedded different nuclei in that. Cytosol. Cytosol is aqueous part of the cytoplasm outside all of the organelles. When we remove excess all the cellular organelles, then the matrix remain, that is cytosol. This also contains its own distinctive proteins. This also contains their distinctive proteins. It accounts nearly 70% of the total cell volume. 70% of total cell volume. It accounts 70% of total cell volume. Gelatinous substances contain mainly of skeleton filament, organic molecules, salt and water. Salt and water. Chemically, the cytoplasmic material is composed of many chemical elements. Many chemical elements. Ions, molecules. Now different cellular organelles. There are some organelles which are present in cytoplasm. They are mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, Golgi apparatus, peroxisomes, vacuole, plastid, chloroplast, ribosomes, so many other cellular organelles present in cytoplasm. Each organelle is bounded by the lipid membrane and has a specific functions. Now we will discuss them one by one. Mitochondria was first discovered by the Kolliker in 1850 as a granular structure in a stratified muscles. This mitochondria, you can see the structure, mitochondria the structure, the inner membrane of this mitochondria is extended. They form the vagination, invaginations. They form invaginations. So they increase the surface area of the inner membrane. They increase the surface area of inner membrane. Okay, so because most of the proteins or oxidative enzymes are performed on this inner membranes. Mitochondria are known as powerhouse of the cell. This is also known as powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. If you see the structure of mitochondria, the length is varies from 5 to 12 micrometer. The length is varies from 5 to 12 micrometer. Diameter 0.5 to 1. Diameter is 0.5 to 1 micrometer. It's a filamentous or globular in the shape. Filamentous or globular in the shape. You can see the structure filamentous or globular in shape. So these two structure, these two membrane, outer membrane, inner membrane, is a bi-layer plasma membrane. Inner membrane has invaginations. If we talk about the component of mitochondria, mitochondria contain outer membrane, inner membrane, intermediate intermembrane space. That space present between outer and inner membrane. You can see in the picture there is a space. This space is known as intermembrane space. The space present between two membranes is known as intermembrane space. Cristae are the enfolding of inner membrane. So you can see invagination or enfoldings. These are known as cristae, which helps in increasing the surface area. Surface area. Matrix, the space which is enclosed by inner membrane. You can see in the bluish color the space which is present in a membrane is known as matrix. Matrix again it's just like a fluid like matrix gel-like substances which is enclosed. So different enzymes are embedded into this matrix, and whatever the oxidative reactions are going on, the most of the oxidative reactions are going on this matrix. The membranes are made up of phospholipid and protein, it's just like plasma membrane. Okay, so this outer layer and outer membrane and inner membrane of the mitochondria are made up of phospholipid and protein both. These are the basic components of the mitochondria, major components of mitochondria. Now, in detail, we will see outermost layer, or outer membrane, which contain large number of integral membrane proteins called porins. Contain the porins protein. Porine protein are present on outer membrane. These porine protein form channels that allow molecules of 5,000 daltons up to 5,000 daltons molecular weight or less to get past that. So these contain large number of the integral membrane. So these membrane integral proteins, we can say, integral membrane protein is known as porine proteins, or they allow less than 5,000 daltons of molecular weight molecules. They studied with enzyme which concern with the biological oxidations. There are some enzymes which are present outer membranes. Interior or matrix of mitochondria contain the various enzymes which are concerned with the citric acid cycle. You know the citric acid cycle is the path of respirations. Glycolysis. Respiration takes place into three different major steps, three different major biochemical reactions. First is glycolysis, second is citric acid. Glycolysis occur in the cytosol, cytoplasm, or mitochondria. Citric acid cycle. Citric acid cycle, second is citric acid cycle, which is occurring mitochondria matrix. Third is electron transport chain. Third is electron transport chain. Okay. So most of the enzymes involved in citric acid cycles are present in interior of the matrix. Present in interior of the matrix. Major metabolic pathway which involve in oxidation of the carbohydrate, lipid, amino acids, and pathway which involve urea and heme synthesis are located in inner membrane. Now, inner membrane. This inner membrane contains ATPase and other enzymes which concern with synthesis and metabolism of ATP that contain enzymes of electron transport chain. Inner membrane. So most of the proteins involved in electron transport chains are arranged on the inner membrane. Arranged on inner membrane. These contain the ATPase and other enzymes which are concerned with the synthesis and metabolism of ATP. Because all these proteins are involved in synthesizing of ATP from the by oxidizing the NADP and FADH2 or GTP or ATP, whichever is synthesized in the cytosols other than the mitochondria. They will come into the mitochondria, they will oxidize there and they will release their electrons. Finally, the ATP and the energy released from the oxidation of these substances, NAD, NADH, FADH, it gets stored into the mitochondrial inner membrane. Okay. The ultimate purpose of these mechanism is oxidative phosphorylation and synthesis of ATP. The main function of inner membrane is oxidative phosphorylation. Okay. And one another phosphorylation is photophosphorylation that is occurring in chloroplast. That is because photo means light dependent phosphorylation, light dependent ATP synthesis occurring in chloroplast. Oxidative phosphorylation means oxygen dependent phosphorylation occur in the inner membrane. Mitochondria has some other proteins which are synthesized by the mitochondrial DNA because mitochondria and chloroplast, these two cell organelles have their own genetic material. So they can synthesize their own protein by their own machinery itself. Now, functions of mitochondria. Mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell because it generates the power energy in terms of ATP from by oxidizing the different reducing substances like NADH, NAD, FADH, FAD, ATP or GTP, whatever is synthesized from other than the mitochondria. Importantly, to maintain the proper concentrations of calcium ion, maintain the proper concentrations of calcium ion within the various compartment of the cells. Okay, it regulates the calcium concentrations, calcium ion within the various different other cells also. Energy transductions through respiration. Okay, this transduce the energy through respiration. The respiration mechanism citric acid cycle is occur in the matrix of this mitochondria. So this is the main chief source of the energy because it's oxidizing most of the reducing agent which are synthesized during the respiration. So this is known as energy transducing cell organisms. This is responsible for the thermogenesis effect. Thermogenesis effect is also being led by this mitochondria because mitochondria release the energy, increase the temperature in different flowers. So you can see during the pollen development when pollen is get want to transduce from one place to another. At that time, what happened? The thermogenesis means the sudden increase in the mitochondria number of mitochondria, increase in mitochondria. Then oxidation increase the temperature there. To increase the temperature there. To increase the temperature there. So that is known as thermogenesis. Next is endoplasmic reticulum. Next is endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum is a network of tubular and flat vesicular structures in the cytoplasm. This is an extensive network of the closed flattened molecules membrane which are surrounded sex-like cisterns called cisterns. Space inside the tube is filled with the endoplasmic matrix. You can see the structure endoplasmic. Actually, this endoplasmic reticulum is nothing but it's the extension of the nuclear membrane. It is the extension of nuclear membrane. Okay, extension nuclear. So, and this ribosome are attached on this membrane of this endoplasmic reticulum. So, this ribosomes are involved in the synthesis of protein synthesis. You can see here clearly. So this nuclear envelope, you can see the ribosome are attached here, and these ribosomes are involved in the protein synthesis. So that's for the endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosome is known as protein synthesis machinery. There are two different classes of endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosome, in case of smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome is absent. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome is absent. While this rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present. That's what the surface of endoplasmic reticulum becomes rough. Site of synthesis of lipid and steroid hormone. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the site of synthesis of lipid and steroid hormone. It is mainly present in the lipid which forming cells such as adipocyte, interstitial cells of testes, glycogen storing cells of liver, internal cortex cell, muscle cell, leukocytes. The endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosome site of protein synthesis, processing and packaging, mainly present in protein which form cells such as pancreatic cells, goblet cells, antibody producing cells, plasma cells, Mills cell granules of nerve cells. Functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum involved in the synthesis of the protein synthesis system, because ribosome is attached onto the endoplasmic reticulum. So indirectly, this and they doing the protein synthesis, protein segregation. Once the protein gets synthesized, that move into the endoplasmic reticulum, get then it transfer the protein to a particular target where the cell need this protein. Unsaturation of fatty acid is also done by this endoplasmic reticulum. Muscle contractions. Endoplasmic reticulum is commonly known as sarcoplasmic reticulum in muscle fiber because it function as a help a critical role in muscle contractions. Muscle contractions. Next is Golgi bodies. Golgi body is a collection of membrane which is enclosed sacs composed of four or more stacked layer of thin, flat enclosed vessel lying near the side of nucleus. Golgi body nothing but is a stacking of different sac-like structures, which is composed of four or more stacked layers. They are present near the nucleus because they are exchanging the material between nucleus to endoplasmic reticulum to Golgi body to nucleus to lipase, which consists of multiple discrete compartments. So these compartments perform different functions. This is Golgi network, you can see here. This is Golgi network. This is the Golgi, which is located near to endoplasmic reticulum. This is Golgi network faces toward the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, then Golgi stack, which is divided into the medial compartment, trans subcompartment, and trans Golgi network. This trans Golgi network, this trans Golgi network is facing toward the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Okay. Wrapping around the function of Golgi body is wrapping and packaging department of the cells. Okay. Storing packaging department of cell. It produces secretion granules. Produce secretion granules, which means membrane which enclose complex which store hormone enzyme in the protein secreting cells, packaged proteins. The site of formation of lysosomes. The site of formation of lysosomes. Lysosomes are lysosome formation is taking place in the Golgi bodies. Large irregular structures which are surrounded by plasma membrane, which are present in the cytoplasm. Present in cytoplasm. It adds certain carbohydrate to form glycoproteins, which play important role in association of the cells to form the tissue. Then lysosome. Next is lysosome. Lysosome diameter is 250 to 750 nanometer. These are the irregular structures surrounded by the unit membrane. More acidic than rest of the cytoplasm, external bacteria as well as worn out cell components are digested in the cell. The interior is kept acidic near pH 5 by the action of proton, which is involved in the action of proton, which is the action of proton. More acidic than rest of the cytoplasm. It is more acidic than the rest of cytoplasm. Functions of cytoplasm. Functions of lysosome. This lysosome acts as a form of digestive system or lytic system because enzyme present can digest essentially all macromolecules. It can digest all the macromolecules. That could be one of the important function of the lysosome because it contains so many of digestive enzymes perform digestive functions, lytic functions in the cells. It engulf worn out components of the cells in which they are located. Engulf different cells. Engulf exogenous substances like bacteria which degrade them. When a cell dies, lysosome enzymes cause autolysis of the remnants. That's why a lysosome is called as suicidal bag. Peroxisomes. Diameter of this peroxisome is 0.5 micrometers. Okay. It contained various oxidative enzymes like urate oxidase, crystalline core, you can see here. A lipid bilayer membrane which is surrounding with regulate what enter or exit the peroxisome. Urate oxidase crystalline core contains crystalline core, which is a structure which is similar to the lysosome but with a different compositions. Peroxisomes can be formed by building of endoplasmic reticulum by division. It contains oxidase that produce H2O2 peroxidase. Catalysis degrades hydrogen peroxidase to yield water and oxygen. Proteins are directed to peroxisome by a unique signal sequence with the help of protein chevrons, that is known as peroxisome. Function of peroxisome is hydrogen peroxide metabolism and detoxification, helping food respiration in the plant, helping food respiration in the plant. Biosynthesis of lipid, biosynthesis of lipid. Cholesterol and dolichols. Cholesterol and dolichols are synthesized in animal. Synthesis of bile acid in the liver. Synthesis of bile acid in the liver. And synthesis of plasmalogenes, myelin synthesis. Plasmalogenes, myelin synthesis. And cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton. The system is fiber. The system of the fiber maintain the structure of cell, but also permit it to change shape and move. Cytoskeleton is made up of primarily of microtubules, intermediate filament, microfilament, microtubule filaments. So these filaments, microtubule, intermediate filament, microfilament, along with the protein that anchor it tied together. You can see here intermediate filament, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, microfilaments, and so microtubules are the long, hollow structural, approximate 25 nanometer in the diameter, which determine the shape of cell. They have role in contraction of the spindle and movement of chromosomes and centriole as well as in ciliary and flagellar motions. These are the hollow structures. Microtubules are hollow structures. They have a specific role or they determine the shape of the cell. Microtubule determine the shape of the cell. Role in contractions of the spindle fiber, movement of chromosomes. Intermediate filament. They are 8 to 14 nanometer in diameter, made up of various subunits. They form a flexible scaffolding or cell helping resist to external pressure. In their absence, cells get ruptured more easily when they are abnormal in human. Blistering is common. Blistering is common symptom. Intermediate filament. In microfilament, they are long solid fiber, 4 to 6 nanometer in diameter. They comprise the contractile protein, actin, and responsible for the cell motion. Most of the cell motion is done by this microfilament. Microfilament. Function of this cytoskeleton. At the time of cell division, movement of chromosomes taking place, cell movement, processes that move secretion granule in the cells, movement of the protein within the cell membrane. Nucleus. Nucleus contain chromatin, RNA, and nuclear proteins move freely in aqueous solutions. Nucleus has an internal structure that organizes the genetic material and localizes nuclear functions. A loosely organized matrix of nuclear lamina extended from nuclear lamella into the interior of the nucleus. Interior of the nucleus. This lamella serve as site of chromatin attachment and organize the protein, and it organize the protein into uh, nuclear bodies. Chromatin within the nucleus is organized into large loop of DNA. Specific region of the loop are bound to the lamin matrix by lamin binding protein, the chromatin. Nuclear envelope. This nuclear envelope consisting of two nuclear membrane underlying nuclear lamina. Nuclear core complex, two concentration membrane, nuclear core complex, the two concentric membranes called inner and outer membrane. Outer membrane is continuous with endoplasmic reticulum. So the space between the inner and outer nuclear membrane is directly connected with the lumen of endoplasmic reticulum. Nuclear membrane is permeable only to small nonpolar nucleus. Underlying the inner nuclear membrane is the nuclear lamina, a fibrous mesh that provide a structural support to the nucleus. Okay, so these are the nuclear and or the nucleus. Now there is some other cellular organelle that is chloroplast. Chloroplast. Chloroplast, in detail, if we see the structure of chloroplast, chloroplast is oval shaped and have two membranes, outer and inner membrane. Okay, it has outer and inner membrane. The main function of chloroplast is to perform the photosynthesis. Structurally, this chloroplast structurally this chloroplast converts this light energy into the chemical energy, which results in production of oxygen energy-rich organic compound. The photosynthetic cyanobacteria, which are living close relative of the chloroplast and its environment. So you know very well that chloroplasts are performing. If you see the structure of chloroplast, they are enclosed in chloroplast envelope consists of double membrane, which is similar to mitochondria outer inner layer, between which a gap is known as intermembrane space. Then a third membrane is also present in that. That is known as internal membrane. Extensively folded, which is characterized by the presence of closed disc, which is known as thylakoid membrane. So in this chloroplast, the machinery, nuclear envelope. Okay. So the photosynthetic machinery is present in the nuclear envelope uh, in chloroplast. So it performs the photosynthetic activity. Now this nuclear envelope is permeable only for small molecules. Permeable for only small molecules. Underlying the inner nuclear membrane is the nuclear lamella. Inner nuclear membrane known is nuclear lamella, a fibrous meshwork that provides structural support to the nucleus. Now, function of nuclear envelope. It serves both as a repository of genetic information or as cell's control center. Presence of nucleus that allow gene expressions to be regulated by post-transcriptional mechanism such as alternative splicing. So this nuclear envelope or nucleus function, nucleus involved in the to regulate the different gene expression, post-transcriptional mechanisms such as alternative splicing. The nuclear envelope provides a novel opportunity for control of gene expression at the level of transcription. Now that is the overall summary of each and every cellular organelle. Along with this, major functions as plasma membrane, transport of ions and molecules, transport of ion and molecules, cytosols, metabolism of carbohydrate, lipid, amino acids, mitochondria for energy productions, mitochondria for energy production, endoplasmic reticulum for synthesis of proteins, synthesis of protein and lipid, Golgi apparatus modification and sorting of the protein, lysosomes cellular digestions, peroxisome utilization of H2O2 peroxidase, cytoskeleton cell morphology and motility, nucleus DNA synthesis and repair. So that is all about the cell structure and functions. So cell is basically uh, a structural fundamental unit, as we discussed of all the things. If I summarize the cell structure in few words, the cell consists of three different parts: cell membrane, nucleus, between the cytoplasm is present. Okay. Between the cytoplasm present. Cell membrane made up of you know very well protein and phospholipid. Nucleus is formed by nuclear membrane, fluid nucleoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like fluid inside the cell in the medium of chemical reaction which provide perform upon various other cellular organelle functions. Okay. There are certain cytoplasmic organelle are present in that. They are suspended into the cytoplasm. Just like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, so all are present in that. Okay. So now if we talk about this chapter, cell structure and function, so one important thing, if we talk about the cell structure, the organism may either compose of single cellular or multicellular, okay, based on the number of cells. Organism which made up of more than one cell is known as multicellular. Okay. Example of multicellular is you can say higher plants and animals. Number of cells being less in smaller organism does not in any way which affect the function of the organism. Now there is some life which always life has been begun on this planet with a single cell, which is fertilized egg. Okay. Now if we talk about a single cell organism that is unicellular, paramecium, amoeba paramecium. So the single cell organism like amoeba which capture and digest the food, respire, excrete, grow and reproduce. Similarly. Now if we talk about the shape of the cells, the shape of the cell is also different. Amoeba there is no definite shape, unlike other organisms. It kept changing its shape, observed projecting varying length, protecting all the body. These are known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false feet. WBC in human blood cells, another example of single cell which can change its shape. But white blood cells cannot. Cell with only white blood cells. So this is the basic concept about the cell structure and functions. We have discussed everything into the detail. Now, thank you for your patience.